Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you're watching us from. I am Azoka Ozo OJ, and we are here again. You saw what is in the news concerning our Biafra. They say P2B struck a deal with Buhari's government over Nnamdi Kanu. But what is the deal? Listen carefully and let's look at the deal. According to this report, remember, this is what is in the news, and a lot of people would have been making certain things out of this particular story, but we are going to look at it, and I will also know your thoughts while I add mine. According to the intelligence network of the indigenous people of Biafra, I don't know whether this has to do with him, more powerful, because he has been the spokesperson of IPOB. They said, according to that intelligence network, the IPOB accused Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. You know, Peter Obi has never been on their good books. You know, you hear people say IPOB is working with Peter Obi. If you go to several groups, several discussions, they will say the IPOBians are actually involved. They are working with Peter Obi. No, I don't think so. You remember the case of Ezu River and the rest. So I don't think IPOB is working with Peter Obi. IPOB is even accusing Peter Obi. Though there is something you need to note. IPOB's leadership said they are not participating in the election. It doesn't concern them. They are not going to interfere with it. Then there is a group in IPOB called the Autopilots. They said they are not participating. They are going to interfere with it. They are going to make sure it didn't happen in Alibo, which is Peter Obi's main base to win the election. His main base, Peter Obi's main base, Southeast, his people, where he expects to get massive votes to win this election. So, there is an allegation now that Peter Obi is behind the continued detention of the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Wonders shall never end. This is like a New Year news. The reason we are talking about it, we are not trying to confirm the reports, but we are telling you because this is what is circulating already. It's everywhere. So according to a report by one of them, said an intelligence source revealed that Obi may have allegedly had a pact with a DSS and Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, to ensure that Kanu remain in prison custody until after the election. So why will Obi do that? Let's continue to see the news. The source stated that this is because if Kanu regains his freedom before the election, he could declare sit at home in the Southeast zone on the election day and truncate Obi's anticipated massive votes from the zone, which is his stronghold. Like we said, Southeast is where Obi expects to get the highest votes because these are majority Igbos, and you know, certainly a lot of Igbos sincerely are willing to vote Obi. They want Obi to win. So this is like a major base for Obi. Then we talk about the South, but this is the first place Obi is expected to get the massive vote. Formerly, this place has been falling for PDP. PDP has been the people in charge. Then when you talk about Anambra, Abga has been in charge after Ngige. Abga took over Anambra. Then Imo, Rochas came in using Abga, but you know, it was rigged as usual, we know, and given to APC. Then Ikedioha came in and won PDP, which is supposed to be Imo. Imo's vote, we know it normally goes for PDP. Then Wuruwuru, Supreme Court Wuruwuru, Uzodinma took over again. But we know for fact, and we say it without any fear of somebody trying to counter it, that if Southeast votes were to count, Obi will win the whole of Southeast. It wouldn't go for PDP or APC this time around. unless it is rigged or the normal thing. Like I used to tell you, I don't believe in Nigeria election. Yes, if democracy is what we see in Nigeria, please, no country should copy it. This is very bad. Uh, in Nigeria, you can win an election. They will use the Supreme Court to upturn your victory. So it's a place where Supreme Court decides, and it has happened severally. So Southeast is the place Obi is expected to get massive votes if the votes were to count. So according to the source of this story that is beginning to spread and fast spreading, they are saying Obi knows if Kanu regains freedom, Kanu will declare a sit at home on that day. We will talk about that. The source, who is also an insider with IPOB, stated that unfortunately the freedom of Kanu has been allegedly sacrificed on the altar of Obi's ambition, to the extent that Obi is secretly behind his continued illegal detention. According to the IPOB source, the fear of Peter Obi and the Western world is not unconnected with Obi's perceived likely negative effect the release of the Biafran leader Nnamdi Kanu could have on his chances in Southeast, where he hopes to amass votes. The desire of the people of the former breakaway region of Biafra, the Igbos, to produce a Nigerian president amidst unwritten post-civil war policies designed to keep the Igbos in check and to deny them a shot at the highest position in the land since after the fratricidal civil war that ended on 15th January 1970, has continued to agitate the people of the region. So the source went on and said the Labour Party presidential candidate is the real reason the Department of State Services, DSS, and the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, have refused to set free Nnamdi Kanu as ordered by Court of Appeal since last August. And last August. Now, what is this source? What is the source of this story? So you believe, for those who are spreading this particular story, you believe Buhari will now want to work with Peter Obi, do Peter Obi's wish, hold on to Nnamdi Kanu in custody so that Peter Obi can win Southeast. Do you think so? Does it connect? For those who are spreading such rumors, how does this connect? Buhari willing to work for Peter Obi now. Let me tell you the fact. The fact is that IPOB under autopilot has declared that day there will be sit at home in Southeast. I am not telling you I support it or not, but that is their stand, whether Nnamdi Kanu is out or not. So for those who are pushing such claims, saying Peter Obi had an agreement with Buhari that Nnamdi Kanu should not be released, that if he's released, he will declare sit at home and it will affect the turnout of voters in an area he is expected to amass several votes. I think that story has some K-leg. I am feeling if Nnamdi Kanu is not released, that is where Peter Obi's chances will be even slimmer. I'm feeling the release of Nnamdi Kanu will help Peter Obi's chances, because the tension in the Southeast region will be suspended. The reason we are having sit at home, Monday sit at home, and the intensity of the sit at home these days is because many people who are sitting at home now are saying until Nnamdi Kanu is released. The moment Nnamdi Kanu is released safely, the sit at home will be suspended. Any other sit at home will be for another thing. So the people who are spreading this rumor, I think they should come up with another story. They have failed on this one. It is false. It is not true. How can Peter Obi go to liaise with Buhari? Who told you Buhari even want Peter Obi to win? Do you think Buhari really did want Peter Obi to win? Well, I don't know. But perhaps, you know Nigeria. There is a feeling that Buhari wants his another Northerner, not just another Northerner, a Fulani to succeed him. So when another people are pushing the view that Buhari wants Peter Obi to win and will, achieve that by keeping Nnamdi Kanu further in custody, I'm trying to connect that story. It doesn't rhyme. Meanwhile, IPOB has reacted to the story. Now I'm talking about the leadership of the IPOB. You heard me when I started the story. I never tied the story to Emma Powerful. Normally, it is always Emma Powerful speaking for IPOB, their spokesperson. But I didn't tie the story earlier to Emma Powerful. Now, it was said that Emma Powerful has reacted to the story, and in a swift one, a swift reaction. And he told the source of, he spoke regards the source of the report. He said they have no business with the general election. He said IPOB have no interest whatsoever in the election. Neither do we have any interest in any candidate. They said, we have said it time without number that whether Nnamdi Kanu come out from prison custody or not, IPOB will never participate nor constitute an obstacle to the electorate by declaring a sit at home on that day. So they are not involved. So who is doing this? Meanwhile, we have the Simon Ekpa group that said they will be sit at home on that day, and they are already making plans to see that it works. So who is this? Is it the Simon Ekpa group? I don't also think so. Perhaps, I don't know. What I know is the IPOB leadership, the DOS, are saying they have nothing to do with that election. They are not going to participate. So who is behind this crazy news circulating everywhere? Now, do you think Peter Obi will be behind the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu? Why do you think so? Add on the comment section. What benefit will it be to Peter Obi? Or is it because they are accusing him of the Ezu River? What will be his benefit by continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu? What do you think? Add your comment on the comment section. We are coming back with more stories. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe. Share this video widely. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I remain your Azuka Uzo Oje on this channel.